to get into the Europa League, Coppa Italia is your best chance.
The fifth meeting this season between Inter.
The Champions League semi-final next week against Barca. To look at this as something where he's figuring to be a big part of this Rossoneri side. He's getting...
As we're underway with the second leg of the Coppa Italia to go in this Coppa semi-final.
Good job, Bisek.
Down the line, Darmian on the first time. Lautaro arriving in Taremi.
They're one day closer to their visit to Barcelona.
And Mkhitaryan making that run from deep. His cross carries him forward with Jimenez, who runs towards that.
And gets the focus on, or at least what else can he do? He has to rest players. Those two.
Di Marco bent in towards that near post. I found that with under duress. Bisek and Leao committing.
In the Coppa Italia, that's the reality.
And lifted towards De Vrij, but Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez lifting in Tomori. Darmian into the area. Matteo Darmian! Across that face of goal, really old. Darmian running through the middle. We'll try and get it towards him, but
by far the best way for Milan to get forward.
Barella, loose ball, and Di Marco first time is a bit overhit. Barella will... Well, the subject of balance and strength that was strong there from Theo.
I think that is so unique to watch.
Barella again, this time Di Marco was on the back post and won the header, but Fana's made a lung-busting run from deep as Bisek. And Di Marco was on this. Total have scored for Inter this season as Di Marco plays it towards Mkhitaryan. Quickly draws the attention of two. Barella went in and won it. But struggling with fitness. Such composure under pressure there from the Inter. Milan was showing, but chance for Bisek to go win in the air. Gambia, Taremi inside, left it for Pulisic. And Di Marco on the turn, save from Anya. And Di Marco again as the whistle went. Offside. It was tracking the run of Aslani very well, but
that's not the greatest sequence.
One high there by Di Marco. Sometimes his possession can work though, as that long ball. The atmosphere befitting of a propelled in towards Bisek to this right side. Theo Hernandez and low cross in towards Reinders, who left it into Leao. Bisek goes through him for Reinders, who can lift in. Leao and Pulisic are there. Darmian with Bisek combining down that right. His low turn. Leao running at Aslani. Not what towards Taremi, but he was cutting inside to win it back for Milan, and Pulisic cutting inside, but disposing this with all sorts of room. Why not a hit for Loni? Lifts a cross in, but nowhere near it. Controlling ahead of Bisek, who again steps in. Team considered as well for the German national. A decent ball towards Taremi, and down for Lautaro Martinez, who went outside of the boot and got underneath Tomori. Dick neatly flicked into Jovic. Channel for Darmian. Does well to control, and Bisek going low toward Jimenez and Jovic! Milan back in the lead in this Coppa Italia semi-final. Open the scoring in the first leg, and Luka Jovic, the player who shocked everyone by becoming a key part of this Milan team in the second half of the season, opens the scoring in the second leg. They lead by 2-1 on aggregate, the Rossoneri.
The resurrection of Luka Jovic is paying off. Out of nowhere, it's the first real moment of danger for Milan in this first half.
In this tie, Darmian looking to
expect, given the way this first half has gone.
Aslani, feeling he was hit, but Pulisic goes and tried to play and turning, but left it for Mkhitaryan. Wasn't a bad strike, but always going on.
When Tammy once again got the goal, it's been the strike.
Aslani bending in that cross. Di Marco helping it on towards Mkhitaryan, but Pulisic. Bastoni did well to get across him. Time this season is now featured in this wing-back role. Goes under duress, at least for Jan Bisek. Tried to pass it in towards that corner and struck it well, but Pulisic having to stretch and hook, and Bisek cutting inside. Jan Bisek struck it well on his weaker left.
He's had a few shot attempts, but Inter ideally would like.
Lifting to that back post, and Lautaro Gets the header, comes in from Reinders. Still on here. Yeah, but the touch heavy from Barella. Teo lifting in and punched away from Mkhitaryan, and Lautaro left to Reinders. Tijani Reinders hesitating and back post, and Jovic is there, and still Jovic! Who's at the double on this second leg? The Coppa Italia hero is Luka Jovic from Milan.
These balls delivered into the box suddenly so problematic for Inter at the back post. You see Paredes, he's trying to hold off Leao, and it's not a clean touch.
For Inter, as Lautaro swivels and turns into Lautaro Martinez. Too many passes. Move inside. As Pulisic is pressing there on Çalhanoğlu. Still, and it comes from Alex Jimenez. Jimenez! Only just wide as the flat beyond Bisek. Leao squaring it. It was beyond. Still, Zalewski lifts, and Arnautovic was put onto his right and chop again beyond Tamoriu. Still gets it. Çalhanoğlu though, bit of Vanna into Jimenez. The touch, Mkhitaryan, and taking the strike on. Just wide of target. Jimenez trying to get across towards Pulisic with a. Will lift it again to that back post. Tamori lead, but still a long way to go. It's a Leao showing here and there, lifting in towards Lautaro Martinez, who rose tallest, but Magnan had the header behind. Darmian can cut it back, and Pulisic into that near post, and Pavlovic went across everyone to go and win in the air. Continuing his run, Teo across. Zalewski taking on two.
It's coming on.
Çalhanoğlu and Defray! Header down! Between, gave it away. Not really. Fofana, that cut back in. Çalhanoğlu lifting in, and it comes.
Flexes from Magnan.
And again, header through and down through Çalhanoğlu. Mkhitaryan, but left on. Pulisic will now lift in. Missing ball is Bastos. First time into Reinders. Reinders cutting it back, but Zalewski well turned. Zalewski, and that's an easy kick back for Lautaro is on. Çalhanoğlu gets his second towards Fofana, and Fofana gets across Martinez. Pavlovic got the ball into Tijani Reinders. Reinders to finish it off. Milan on their way to the Coppa Italia final at the expense of their in-city rivals.
Oh my goodness. Quick.